All right, YouTube, 116 Falconer, back with another exciting video. It's been a while, but this past winter up here in New York was really mild, and when that shit happens, I'm done. I need like sub-zero weather. Anyways, had to do a gender reveal for my youngest son, his wife. Never done one before. It took a lot of thought. It was a pain in the butt. Got it done. Turned out awesome. So I thought I'd share this with you in case any of you need to do a gender reveal. I don't know when that became a thing, but apparently it is now. So what I did, I searched around trying to figure out how to do this. I decided I wanted to, have a participation event for all the guests and, family guests, this and that. So what I decided to do after searching around was to come up with I made a Plinko style game. As you can see, I called it Gendo. My vision was, you got 3 pucks for $5. It was going to be a 50-50. Had tickets here. So you paid your $5. You got 3 tickets. Then what would happen is you would roll a die, in this case pop a die from our old Trouble game. You'd pop your die, and then whatever number you got, you would have to get into the corresponding slot at the bottom. Now theoretically you could win 3 times. Then from there, if you got your puck into your numbered slot, then your ticket would go into a jar for a 50-50 drawing. Then from there, the winner of the Gendo game, and they'd win the 50-50, plus they'd also light the gender revealing volcano, which turned out freaking awesome. But I don't know how that went because I was busy cooking poppers. The boy was on the grill cooking this and that. Next thing I know, all the kids were running the Gendo stand. So, but whatever they did excellent, because we have it was a 50-50. The money's going into a savings account for the baby. $190 they made from Gendo ticket sales. Now we only had like 15 or 20 adults here, a bunch of kids. So however they did it freaking awesome. And what happened was a lot of the people apparently were paying their money doing their pucks and then giving their tickets to my daughter-in-law. So she eventually won the drawing, and then my oldest granddaughter lit the volcano, which I'll show you. She was very disappointed because she wanted a brother and she's getting a sister. So now I have 4 granddaughters. I really would like to get a grandson myself, but anyways. So I figured I'd show you, in case you're looking at doing this. Building the Plinko game, the Gendo game, was a pain in the butt. Trying to get maximum play out of the pucks. I don't know how they do it on The Price is Right, but it's really something to try to figure out how you can get these pucks to drop without basically going in a straight line. What I did was, these pucks here, they're jumbo checkers. I ordered them off eBay. They were like, I don't know, $6 or $8 for 3. So I got the 3 of them. They're 2 7/8 inches. So I made the spacing on the board. They're about 3 1/16 inch each spacing. I took just bought some 1/4 inch dowel rod, cut them down to 1.5 inches, because like I say, I wanted maximum play. I wanted difficulty level, as hard as I could make it. Got a 2x4 piece of whiteboard. It's 1/4 inch, a little less than 1/4 inch from Home Depot. Then I got a piece of a 2x4 piece of MDF, 1/4 inch MDF. I glued them together, drilled the holes out. I did it freehand. Well, I used a center punch, measured out. I wasn't going to set the drill press up and go through all that garbage. It actually turned out quite well. The bottom here, where the pucks land, is I used a 3-inch hole saw and made the landing points. Now there's 7 of them, so one was going to be a dead zone. I didn't know if it was going to be a dead zone or double your tickets, but the kids figured that out. They labeled it up 1 through 6 randomly. So, if you got the number that you rolled on your die, then of course you take the puck out and try again. I think the drop I made was a little much. I should have had that shorter and raised the bottom so that we could have made these deeper, but whatever. Hey, it worked. It was a lot of fun. Everybody had a blast. The volcano. Oh, yeah, with the frame, I just got a couple 2x4s. I ran them through the planer just to square them up because I like S4S. I love it. But you don't have to do that. And then I 45'd them, glued them, nailed them, and bam, that's done. The volcano, this is made from tomato cage, a pipe in the middle, chicken wire around it, a piece of 7/16 old plywood I had laying around. I stapled the chicken wire around the perimeter, and then we just ran it up, made a couple shelves on here, because the granddaughter, the oldest one, she wanted to put dinosaurs on there. So we got dinosaurs. Went to Michael's, got some of these little trees. The biggest problem with that was trying to tint the fiberglass resin. I bought tints online, like this black and this white, and it didn't work. It was still, the fiberglass, the resin was still translucent. I even cut a hole out of the bottom here. I tried spraying primer up in there to cut down on the translucentness. That did not work. What I found that worked, and it worked freaking awesome, was I used my powder coating paint. Now this one here I got out as red. If you don't know what powder coating paint is, I mean, it's basically like talcum powder. Very fine. You mix that in with the resin, get the opaqueness you desire, then add your hardener in, and I mean, it totally colors everything. It's awesome. The black, once I used the black powder coat, I mean, it became black. Then I used white powder coat on the top for the snow. I used red powder coat for the lava, and then I put this blaze orange acrylic paint. Just brushed that on and took a plastic bag and kind of dabbed it to make it look spotted. Originally what had happened was we painted the blaze orange on the volcano, and then we're going to pour the red over it. I wanted it to be a little translucent so that the orange would show through, but I put too much red powder coat in there and it was just solid red. So I had to go through and redo it, but that worked out great, worked out awesome. Got the smoke bombs from I believe it's genderrevealsupplies.com. Didn't even know there was a thing. These are like $7.99. You get 2 pinks and 2 blues plus the shipping. Well, it comes to like almost $20. And these freaking things worked awesome. The pink did. Now we did let off a blue after the gender reveal, and the blue was not nearly as powerful as the pink. I don't know why. But here's the fiberglass resin, the Bondo. I ended up using about 3.5 quarts because of trial and error. Never done it before. These are $15 a quart, or you can buy gallon jugs, gallon cans for they're like $38 plus tax. So better off buying a gallon jug. I mean, I spent more money on this than I was planning on, but it was because I'd never done it. And you look up online and there's really not a lot of information. The granddaughter and my niece did the decorating on the volcano. Just drilled holes, hot glued, stuck the stuff on. Because if you try to hot glue right over that, the hot glue won't stick. So you gotta drill a couple holes so the hot glue can go in there and stick. I had no idea if this thing was just gonna totally burst into flames or not, but it held up nice. The grass, I used sawdust, and I just mixed up some green food coloring and water, soaked the sawdust in that, let it dry, put Elmer's glue all, just brush that on and threw the grass on. It turned out great, man. Everybody had a good time. You'll see a video here of my granddaughter, oldest granddaughter, lighting the volcano, and you'll see her disappointment once it's revealed that she's going to have a sister and not a brother. But if you got any questions, if you want to do something like this, I don't want to go in a whole breakdown. I mean, actually, I would have been money ahead just starting a savings account myself, putting a couple $100 in there. But when you have parties, it's nice to have participation. It's nice to see people join in, and people had a blast, man. It was a good time. Party lasted a long time, and the best indicator of a good party is if there's no arguments. And there was no arguments. No, everybody just had fun, ate their food, ate their poppers, paid their money, had fun. So all in all, it worked out good. So I got to get over to the credit union, open up an account for the baby, get that money in there. I've done that with all my granddaughters. I started a savings account, even though there's really no interest being paid on it. But All right, YouTube. I realized after I watched the video I made that I did not talk about when you use the fiberglass resin, you have to use the fiberglass matting too. You can get either strand fiberglass mat or weaved fiberglass mat. They come in they're like a 4x4, 8 square feet. Not expensive. I would do the weave. Let me try to show you here the difference. I used both the strand and the weave on the Volcano, and I'll show you. I don't know if you can see the strand. The strand's here, and this is the weave at this end. The weave's a lot better to work with when you're brushing this stuff on with a paintbrush. So I would do that. In a Volcano this size, you're going to need at least two packs of fiberglass mat. And then here, I'll just show you real quick the numbering on the Gendo game, since that didn't show up on the video very well. But like I say, these are just 1/4-inch dowels that they're not glued in or anything. I just pressed them in the back. I put a hinge on here, put a couple ropes so that it can be folded up like that. This is just an old piece of it's actually cedar wood from an old picnic table. So then I cut a slot in the top here. Did that on a table saw, just did a plunge cut, so it goes down through. So that's it, man. You do that, get a few more people over, and you can make some bank. All right, now you'll see the video of my granddaughter lighting the reveal. All right, see ya.
Can you send me the video?
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
bald.
how exciting. I want to see it.
They glued the trees and stuff on her, right? Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Show her, Dad.
Show her. It's kind of chocolate. Don't be a scared.
Harper, you gotta keep it on there, honey.
Don't be a scared.
Don't be scared to light a lighter. It's only a pipe bomb.
It's hard for her to light it.
It's hard for her.
That thing is tough. Yeah.
She can't help her light
She
it.
needs
Dad,
some
help
help.
her.
Help her.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
I'm just hoping we can edit this video.
I already started.
That's why it's like we're using video.
All right, come on.
How did it come out? Girls are a lower species. Pink freaking smoke.
Light it up. Light it up. Light it up. Light it up.
Okay, hold it on there.
Now keep it on there.
There. Smoke. There you go.
Is that blue?
Is it blue?
Boy.
Oh shit, what is it?
Oh!
Everyone, I still thought that was blue.